Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about being inconsiderate. What does that mean, and what you need to think about it. It's something important you need to look for. When you see it, don't ignore it. Understand what it is that you're seeing and why. But before I get started on this, I'm at my car wash. This is a car wash. See the sign? There's the sign. And you see that's what they're doing over here. They're washing the car. And you can see the car wash business is pretty good. Driving a couple of Mercedes and got a fancy motorcycle. I don't know what kind it is. But it's a big one. It's not, most of the motorcycles down here are like 125, 150, and the motorcycle he's got, you see in between the two cars, that's a big one. So I'm thinking that they're doing pretty good. Now, one thing I just found out is not just the washing cars. They do radio systems. They put radio system in your car. And I just found out over here is part of the same business. They sell tires, new tires. They sell used tires. I don't think you can see those. They sell used tires. So in other words, they put out some effort in making the business. That's why it's so successful. Oh yeah, it looks like they got another Mercedes sitting right there too. So, anyway, like I say, talking about being inconsiderate. What does that mean? I'll tell you, some people use being inconsiderate as a tactic. They act like they really don't care, and they act pretty nasty, and no thoughts on others. And a lot of times you'll see that in old people, and that's why I know a lot of people think a grumpy old man. I got a grumpy old man thing. That's GOM. It's a grumpy old man, and that's why I say, as the older people, we've been around, we see things, and and we've learned from these things. And sometimes these grumpy old people will use being inconsiderate, and so they act like grumpy old people, and that's why a lot of people think of grumpy old people. But I say, so you'll find it in some old people. Personally, I do use being inconsiderate, seldom. Don't temple. No. Don't temple. Good. See. I forgot where I was at now. Oh yeah, when I use being inconsiderate, I will use it in a way of showing strength. If I'm got some 20-some-year-old military, police, even bandits, and as long as everybody stays civil, then I'll be civil. And then once they start getting a little ugly, I get inconsiderate. And normally when I get inconsiderate, I start treating them like they're scum. And normally about that time, I don't recognize their authority over them, and I'm making it to their, it's apparent that I don't recognize their authority. So that's the time when I use being inconsiderate. But it's not a normal, as a matter of fact, it's seldom do you see me do it. And it's just part of the intimidation. Now, some people are inconsiderate because they're, I can't think of any other word of saying it, but they're just plain assholes. And I don't deal with these kind of people. You find them in business. You find them in life. You'll find them when you're on the subway or in traffic. A lot of people will drive being inconsiderate, and but I pretty much stay away from people that use the tactic of being inconsiderate. I look at it as a personality flaw. I don't know if that's what it would be. It's more of a bad judgment. I've already talked about when we control our own personalities, we can change it any way we want. So, you know, if you're inconsiderate, you want to be wrong. It's your choice. And so, if that's your choice, that's my alarm. They're having a problem with my alarm. It goes on. Every time you open the door, it'll go off. So, but it's being inconsiderate is not a good thing. And like I say, it's an instant turnoff for me. Now I'm older, I'm wiser. Anybody that's inconsiderate, if I see them, let's say I'm in a business of some sort, and somebody is being inconsiderate to a customer or a person, you know, if it's a customer, well then, like I say, when it's my turn, I don't want nothing to do with it. I won't even buy anything. Very inconsiderate people. And being inconsiderate to me is someone that doesn't have well, it doesn't have skills, no people skills. They can't get things done, so they start being inconsiderate. And they, like I say, if you're married to somebody that's inconsiderate, I really feel sorry for you, because that's not, I wouldn't put up with it. My wife, I talked about my wife, she would never put up with it. When I started getting kind of uppity, inconsiderate kind of type attitude, she'd set me straight. And so we pretty much bounce this stuff off of each other. I do the same thing with my friends. If a friend acts inconsiderate to somebody, I will ask them, why? What's the story? How come he would act like that? Most of the time, they say, I've dealt with this person before. That's enough right there. Because he's using that as a method to repel this person. He doesn't like them, he's done business with them, or he just plain flat knows them, or knows about them, stuff like that. He doesn't want to open the door, make them think that they're welcome. So they'll use being inconsiderate as a tool for self-defense. So anyway, when you see someone using that method of doing things, it's a type of manipulation, not a positive manipulation. So I would say stay clear of them. If they're a friend, tell them that they need to straighten it up. If they're family or something like that, they need to fix it. They need to straighten it, because that is nothing to be proud of. So avoid that behavior. This is Mike, No Stress Mike.